Let's talk about worms in part 4.
Look at this, Pearl. A tequila worm.
Don't you bring that thing anywhere near me, honey. I swear I'll scream like a hog on a hot plate.
Hog on a hot plate. That's a good one. I like hog
Take a
on a
look at
hot
this
plate.
news cutting, Pearl.
You'll have to read it to me, George. I left my specs in a gay bar in Santa Barbara.
Well, it's about an
What a
eclipse of the
solid
sun,
lyric
which
that
due to
is.
occur
I left
in a
my
few weeks'
specs in a
time.
gay bar in
The
Santa
government would warn
Barbara.
us about these kind of things.
It's not dangerous or anything.
Why were you and Dwayne at a
Apparently,
gay bar?
The best place to view the eclipse
Not
is right
judging,
here
I'm
in
just
Quaramonte.
more curious.
Oh, my.
She didn't
You
appear to be the
swingers?
slightest bit interested. Catch you later, Pearl.
Hey, George, why don't you and Nico put your keys in the bowl?
Hey, Nico.
And me and Dwayne will put our keys in the bowl, and we'll see who ends up with who. Oh boy.
I have done just as I have been instructed, Professor.
Oh, look at that evil Gary Busey type.
With the mine closed down, there'll be no one around to observe your excavation.
It looks like that woman we were talking
I have
about, Christy
visitors.
come on her back, or
Just
whatever her
remember
name
what I
is on
told
that
you,
TV.
General. There's really no need to make a martyr out of that man.
Well, goodbye, clear, important character. See you soon.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting, senor. Welcome to Quaramonte.
Thanks. My name's George Stobart from California.
The
But
California.
what is this? An angel.
Oh no, another man for George to get threatened by.
Enchanté, mon général.
He just punches the general. Stay away from her!
Pardon me, senorita, but I couldn't help myself.
You could help yourself.
Look, we'd like to
Literally
ask you a few
everyone can
questions.
help themselves. They
You've
can.
come to the
Everyone
right
is in
place,
control of
senor.
their own actions.
Tourist information. General Graciento, at your service.
Just as much as you are in control of the choice to have that hair. Oh boy. Alright. Let's talk about you,
This
shall
is
we?
the tourist office? It says police on the sign outside.
It is both, senor. I am a man of many parts.
I can
Mhm.
see that, General.
Don't you flirt with him.
Have you heard of a guy called Karzak?
No? No, I never heard of him.
Okay.
I hear there was an accident at the mine a few
Talk
months
about
ago.
That's
so
correct.
many
A
different
lot of men
things.
killed, weren't there?
A few.
30?
Barely 1% of the working population.
If you lost 1% of your population in an accident at work, that's pretty bad. No matter what the size of your population is. If your population is 30 million, or your population is 30, 1% getting killed in one moment?
Is it
Bad.
true there's a restriction on music in Quaramonte?
Yes.
I did,
An
I did
emergency
journalism. I've done a little
measure
PR.
introduced by
It would be
Nuestra
really
Señora.
hard
Folk
to
music is a
spin
link with the past for
1%
some of
of
these Take away their
people,
musical
like
roots
1% of a
and what do they got
demographic,
left?
dead
Easy
in one
listening.
moment.
You
Really
think
hard to
easy
spin
listening
that.
could replace a musical heritage
Unless, of course, it's
hundreds
something
years
like
old?
1%
It
of
happened in your country.
neo-Nazis have died. You'd be like, that's pretty good. I can
Are
live
there
with
any
that.
ruins around the city?
Of
But like
course,
1%
senor.
of a
Quaramonte,
town,
there's
city, village, bad.
I have a friend who wants to visit an historical site.
Oh no, there was a
Ronaldo
cave-in at the
will only be
neo-Nazi
too
mine.
pleased to conduct
Oh,
a
well.
guided tour when he's dealt
Don't know
with
what they were digging
administrative
for,
work,
but
of course.
glad they didn't find it.
Who was the guy you were talking to when we arrived?
Professor Ubier, a visitor,
Ubier
senor,
himself?
like yourselves.
Did you say Ubier?
Si, senor.
His big
Professor
shocked
Ubier,
expression.
a French archaeologist.
Talk to me more about Ubier.
What's Ubier doing in Quaramonte?
Researching our rich and glorious past, senor. The professor is planning an expedition to some Mayan ruins. He came to see me to get an excavation permit.
Alright. Let's talk about
We've
boats,
had
I
enough
guess.
of Quaramonte, and we want out.
Am I stopping you?
Would you
I
like a
want
biscuit?
out!
Are you trying to
Go,
brag?
leave whenever you
Well,
want.
every man has his price.
Mine is more
Oh.
than a dog cookie, senor Stobart.
Every man has his price.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
That's a native carving, isn't it? Where did you get it?
We picked it up in the market as a souvenir.
What about these
What do
underwear?
you think of these panties, General?
Oh boy, fabuloso!
They're yours if you'll tell me all you know about Karzak.
I told you, I never heard of the guy.
But I will take the
Do I
underwear.
get the panties now? I told you all
No,
I
he will
know.
take the
You
underwear.
told me nothing.
Why does he really
Take
want
a
the
look
panties?
at this label.
Oh,
See,
my
senor.
ass would look
Condor
amazing in those,
Transglobe.
Mr.
Can you tell
Stobart.
me where to find their
Please
offices?
give me them.
No, senor. I never heard of them, and neither did Ronaldo.
I could stick my junk through the little heart-shaped hole.
Are you sure you never heard of Condor?
Oh, yes.
The company is registered here in Quaramonte City.
You are mistaken, senorita.
The musicians out in the square say that a ship flying the Condor flag was birthed here.
They are simple peasants. They will go along with anything
Do you like
say
me
in
some
the hopes
simple
of parting
peasants?
you from your money.
They didn't ask for any money.
Do you know anything about the forthcoming eclipse, General?
Such things do not interest me, senor.
Why?
Condor is run by Karzak, isn't it?
Wrong again, senor. Karzak has nothing to do with anything called
But I thought you didn't know
Condor.
anything about Karzak.
Whoever he is.
Do you keep a record of companies registered in Quaramonte?
Of course.
Don't tell me you don't know who
senorita.
Karzak is and then be like, nah, Karzak doesn't do
Unfortunately,
that.
all the records were destroyed by a flash flood.
I'll be back.
I'll be back. Oh, boy. Okay, well, there's a lot of stuff to look at.
I decided to leave the television was showing what appeared a tall man with long blonde hair was shouting at a woman who was naked apart from a towel.
Okay, so it's not Christy Commoner Face.
It was
It's
a
changing
computer
every
monitor
time.
with some kind of outdated game displayed on it. I didn't have time to get sidetracked by playing computer games.
Thanks for the clip, George. That's going to be great for the. If I did a trailer for this, I'd love to hear you say
I
this
didn't
again.
have time to get sidetracked by playing computer games.
Yeah, what an idiot! Who would do
The
that?
safe was undoubtedly locked.
Yeah, probably. I would assume. Let's just rummage around his desk anyway. Don't mind me. Just looking at your desk.
I had no need for junk mail.
Do you mind if I pull apart with your chart and stuff and have a look at things? Sort of just ruin your day?
Senor,
Yes?
leave the chart alone.
Okay. Guess you don't want me to do that. Hey Nico, do you mind using your feminine wiles to distract General Greasebag over here?
Hi, I'm George Stobart.
Hello, senor. How can I help you?
You know
Are
about...
there any ancient pyramids
pyramids?
near Quaramonte?
Si, senor. But it's not very impressive. It's in ruins.
That's perfect.
Do you play that kind of games usually? I bounce around a lot, but yeah, I do. I really love me some adventure games like
Would
this.
you be willing to
I'm
give a
dumb at
guided
them.
tour of the ruins?
And you're watching
I
that
can't.
right now. I'm
The
not very
general
good at
would
them.
have a fit
And
if
it
I
will
left
take
all
me a
this
while
paperwork.
sometimes to figure out these puzzles. But I do love these kind of games. I absolutely love
I'm trying
games
to
with
get out
good
of
story.
Quaramonte.
If I had
Or
a dollar
an
for
attempt at
every
good
time I
story.
heard that, I'd be able to buy back half my family.
Never mind them. What about my
Buy
visa?
back my
We don't take
family.
visa.
Woof.
I didn't ask if you take a visa. I want you to give me a visa.
I can't help you, senor. I don't understand these.
Hey! Congratulations, Farron. Thank you so much. I'm very happy for the follow. You've made a good choice. You will find me playing these sort of story
Would
games.
you like a gourmet dog?
You'll also
snack
find me
biscuit?
playing
I would
first-person
love
shooter
one,
games and
senor.
watching me be
But I would have a
really bad
problem
at
with my
shooting.
teeth.
Toothache?
But again, they're
No,
usually
senor.
powered by story.
If the general catches me eating on duty, he'll knock them out.
No, no, if he sees me eating dog biscuits, he'll tell me off.
Do you recognize this statue?
Tezcatlipoca, the night wind.
Why does everyone
Take
have a
it away,
different
senor.
name
That
for it?
stone is cursed.
Hungry Chief, Nightwind, Night Hunter, Tiny Statue.
You know anything about this eclipse?
No, senor. El General keeps me in the dark
El
about
General.
most things.
That might be right, that might be
So long.
accurate. That could also not be accurate.
The filing cabinet was probably.
Lots of things are locked in here, George. Let's go see if
I
we've got
wasn't
any...
going to try investigating the passage while the gen.
Oh,
I wasn't going.
no, I'd like to talk to Nico. If I... Ooh. Can I not talk to Nico? Yeah, you want me to go? I want to talk to
A
Nico.
gloomy passage.
Anything new to speak to you about since I spoke to your friend? Yeah, there's...
Do you have a map of Quaramonte?
A map? I'm sorry, senor.
That's
but
pretty
I don't-
bad for tourist
What about the one on
information.
the wall?
Ah, that is an archaeological survey map, senor. Not suitable for tourists.
I'll be back.
Okay. Still can't talk to Nico. So we're gonna leave. Oop. I'm gonna try and leave anyway. Watch me click the wrong buttons on the screen. And then we're gonna talk to Nico outside and be like, can you distract him?
Why did you show him the stone?
I thought maybe he might know something about it.
Well,
Don't
he
yell
does
at me.
now, for sure. He knows we have it.
True.
Did you notice that chart on the police station wall?
Sorry, Nico,
Yes.
I kinda effed up
It
there.
looked like a map to me, but I couldn't make out the details.
Whatever it was, the general didn't want us to see it. You came on a little strong with the general.
I
Of
was
course.
merely flattering his
Brilliant.
ego, Georges. Every man has his
I saw you
Achilles
talking to that
heel.
man
Maybe.
in front of me.
But that guy's weakness isn't in his foot.
Yeah, so could you, like, help me out with
Tell
that?
me about this Karzak guy.
Well, I saw him for only a few minutes, but he frightens me. I got the impression that Pablo was nervous when he was around too.
See,
His
Nico can
eyes,
call him Pablo. What do
they're
you gotta
like
call him the
wild
Indian?
animals, like a tiger. That's what scared me most about him. He looked so unpredictable and dangerous.
Did you know Ubier's wife was a film star?
No, I didn't know he was married. What happened to her?
She died. In
Uh-huh.
mysterious
I'm pretty sure she was a
circumstances,
porn
apparently.
How
star.
mysterious.
I heard she was murdered. Possibly by Ubier himself.
A murderer, huh? André said he was something of a celebrity.
Well, yeah, in the archaeological circles of life, but I don't think
Labano
he's
tells me he's been seeing a lot of you.
We meet sometimes for lunch, a drink. After you'd gone back to the States, I was pretty lonely, you know.
Lonely? You must have been desperate. Couldn't you just visit the zoo or something?
Why were you talking to another man? How dare you? Why were you doing that?
We saw talking to the general. It was Ubier. Didn't you recognize him?
Are you gonna fuck him too, Nico?
The
George,
guy I
please.
caught in Paris claimed to be Oublié.
No, I'm
He
not
said he
jealous.
nothing like the
And
man
I'm
he
not
was.
overreacting.
Maybe the professor really is innocent.
Nah. It's too much of a coincidence that he's here in Claramonte.
Yeah, 100%. Do you want a dog biscuit there?
Would you like a biscuit?
Gourmet dog? Have you been eating those things, Georges?
Sure, they're great.
So he is eating dog biscuits. Wonderful.
Guess what this is? Go
If
on.
I show her the
guess.
statue, is she
Lion,
gonna be
probably
like,
from a chimney stack on an old
the
stone.
French stabby god?
well,
Get it away from me, I don't want
suppose
it.
It could be.
The night stabber.
How did she know that?
My grandfather used to work in a foundry.
This is the dart you were
Do
stabbed
you
with.
recognize this?
Is that the dart which knocked me out?
That's
Yeah.
right. I kept it as a souvenir.
Weird.
Have you any idea who this little statue is supposed to be?
I'm not very well acquainted with Mayan deities, Georges.
Oh, good. She
But
didn't.
whatever his name, he sure is ugly.
What about this worm?
Take a look at this, Nico.
That's disgusting, Georges. Why
Oh,
are
come
you
on. I
carrying
carried
it
around a
with
tissue
you?
in my pocket for
I don't know.
weeks.
I just can't seem to part with it.
And you think that having a little worm in my pocket is
Take a
just
look
as
at
gross?
this.
Ridiculous.
An
I'm a
eclipse
gross
of the
man,
sun.
Nico. You fell in love
Why
with
the
that.
sudden interest in astronomy?
I found the cutting in Ubier's house.
Apparently, it's only visible from Central America.
That place with all the Indians. George, please.
Take a look at this.
Mon Dieu. Where did you get that kind of money?
It's not mine. I found that statement at Ubier's house.
Okay.
Do you have any theories
Do
about
you want
this
to look at the
I
stone?
think that design represents a dog, a Mexican dog.
A
So,
Mexican dog.
This is the
A
sacred
dog. A
Chihuahua
Mexican
stone?
dog.
Sheesh.
Alright. There's a place like over here I haven't checked yet. Which was, up here. Also, I don't know why. I swear I can talk to that goat.
Hey, Nico!
Just screaming across the market. Hey! Man. Look at this tall drink of water. And these clones.
Hola, senora.
Hi. We were wondering.
I was talking to the lady, Chico.
Okay!
Hi, my name is Nicole Collard.
Concha Garcia. How can I help you, sister?
The corporation
Why
I
you...
represent
Okay.
is considered
Sweet.
a
You just
major
hate men, I
investment
guess.
in
That's fine.
Quaramonte.
I kinda
Your
get that.
advice, as the head of an obviously successful concern, is precisely what I'm after. My assistant, Mr. Stobart, has a few questions he'd like to ask you.
I don't want to speak to him. He's a man. Hey, what do you think of these?
Would you be interested in these panties? They look about your size.
Is that your best line, Chico?
I'm serious. They were an unwanted gift.
Put them away before you get overexcited.
Ew. Excuse me, Mr. Stobart. Please put the panties away. You're beginning to gain an
Have
erection.
you heard of a man named Karzak?
No? Who is he?
He's the
He
reason
sent me
we
these
came
panties
to
in the mail.
We
You
think
sure you
he's
don't want them?
running a drug ring.
Well, I hope you find him, but I've never heard the name before.
Okay, we're going
Can
to
you
talk
tell
about the
me
mine
the
accident.
at the mine?
Accident? It was sabotage.
Oh no, the
Somebody
Beastie
wanted
Boys
my
did
mine
it.
closed down for good.
Do you have any evidence? that
Telling
the
all
mine
of
was
y'all it was a
sabotaged?
Not
sabotage.
yet, but I'll get to the bottom of it. There'd been trouble at that mine
It was
for several months.
Rwenge.
The
It
workforce
was
getting
Umlauta.
smaller every day. Someone had started a rumor among the men that the mine was cursed. Now the
Okay.
entire operation has been
Do
closed
love a
down.
good curse.
Where's the site of the mine?
Several days upriver at a remote area known as Teoculcan.
Not going to try
Do you know
and
Professor
repeat that word.
Oublier?
Yes,
feel I will offend people
I
if
understand
try
he
and
is
repeat
about
that
to embark
accent
on an
in that word.
archaeological expedition. He hired some equipment from me earlier today.
I overheard him talking to the general. I think they're working together.
Yeah, no, I mean,
If I'd known that, I
absolutely.
wouldn't have
All you had
hired
to
the
do was look out
equipment.
your window
Now,
and see
why
him
would
coming
the
out of the
general
same
be
house.
interested in an archaeologist?
I don't know, but do you want a dog biscuit?
Would you like a dog biscuit?
Would you like a smack in the mouth, Chico?
No. Well, maybe. Depends.
Does this stone mean anything to you?
We're getting
I
a drink
think it is
beforehand.
A spirit stone carved by a Mayan priest, no? I don't know which of
He
their
just
many
starts
gods he
hitting on her. It's
represents.
fine for George to hit on women in front of Nico, but it's not okay for Nico to talk to
Can you
any
tell
other
me
man
anything
ever,
about the
even if George
statue?
isn't
It is
around.
Tezcatlipoca, the god of death and pestilence. That fetish would be considered by many to be a bad omen.
Oh, I love everyone keeps calling it a fetish.
Do you recognize the icon on this label?
Condor Transglobal.
Did the company operate here in Caramonte?
Yes, they ran an old container ship, the Mayan Princess.
Okay.
Do you know who owned Condor Trans?
Was it Kazakh?
I've no idea.
Oh. What about this lump of coal?
You see this? It's my lucky piece of coal.
What's so lucky about it?
I'm not sure yet.
I don't know, but I feel as though I might save the day with it. What? Oh.
Nice buns.
Ooh, that guy is tucked in. He is
Have you heard about
tucked.
the forthcoming eclipse?
I
Jesus.
don't take much interest in things.
Woo!
One of the boys might know about it.
Warning for nudity, I guess. I told you he was a tall glass of water. Woof. Hey, man. You don't want to talk to me? Any minute now.
Hi,
There
good
we are.
afternoon, and welcome to Consolidated Mining. If you are planning to stay in Quaramonte City, may I recommend the Consolidated Mining Experience, an
What?
interactive, hands-on tour of one of our deepest mines.
Let me guess.
Talking tour guides available in
You
3
take me on a
different
tour
languages.
through the mine, and then I get to,
Well, this is a mining company. What
Mine
else did
shit.
you expect?
I guess.
Do you know anything about the eclipse that's due soon?
What about the eclipse? Do you know anything
No,
about that?
senor.
No, do you want to go on the tour or
Do
not?
you know where I could find Senor Karzak?
No, senor.
How come you're not wearing any pants?
I feel more alert without them. Kind of perky.
And your boss doesn't mind?
She suggested it.
Ooh, smash down those gender stereotypes. Bit by bit. We have a hard-ass female boss who tells her men employees to not
Follow
wear
that.
pants. I don't think that's
That's where the
appropriate or
explosives are
fine.
stored.
Flip that for 1 minute. Flip that for half a second and have a male boss be like, I don't think you should be wearing pants in the office.
Are you looking forward to the eclipse of the sun?
Not especially. Are you?
I don't know. I've never seen one. All I know about eclipses is that you shouldn't try to view them with the naked eye.
Please. Go away and let me get on
Please
with
leave
my
me
work.
alone. Do you know Karzak?
Ever heard of a guy called
Please
Karzak?
leave me alone.
Can't you see I'm busy? If I don't finish this stock report, the boss will be mad as hell.
And she's already taken away my pants privileges this week.
Ever hear
Oh,
of a
this
guy
is an
called
angle.
Karzak?
No, sir.
Well, that was
Did you
short and
know there's
sweet.
an eclipse of the sun in a few weeks' time?
Yeah, Joe told me about it. He's having a party and we're all invited. Me and the boys are dressing up as evil monks.
Yeah? Cool.
What? Who is Joe, and what? Why would you pick evil monks as your costume? Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Mulligan. We'll go again on that.
Do you know anything about the eclipse?
Yes, and I'm really looking
you,
forward
Joe?
to seeing it. I heard it's going to be pretty spectacular.
It's in a few weeks' time, isn't it?
9 days.
Thanks.
Sweet, that's
Ever
nice.
heard of a
I
guy
got
called
more
Karzak?
information about the...
No.
Okay. Okay, just double check with this lady. There's nothing else for me to talk about.
I had nothing else to.
No, what about Nico? Do you want to have a conversation? Maybe
There was
do
nothing
you want
else
to
I
use your...
wanted to
Nope.
talk to.
I was going to say, do you want to use your feminine wiles to talk to... distract this lady, but that didn't work either. Wait, am I playing as Nico now? Oh no, Nico just left first. It looks like George has grown a beard in that image. Maybe I've got to... talk to that goat. I know I can talk to the goat. I know there is a way I can talk to the goat. Does he want something? Like a tequila worm, maybe. No, not Nico. She walks in front of the goat.
What was it you wanted to talk about?
I didn't think she'd be interested.
Yep, I didn't think so either. Oh, we can go over that way. Maybe we'll find Dwayne. CIA agent Dwayne. Who wasn't working for the CIA and then was working for the CIA. Where the... Oh. Found him. Oh, and this little dude over here. Right, I'm getting desperate to pee, so I'll be right back.